Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This will be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So we're going to do a video here on the top arena nukers. I've had a number of people ask me this over the last couple of weeks. They said, can you put something out which kind of just guides us, where should we go for our arena nuke? I've got a bunch of arena videos that I've put out over the last few weeks talking about compositions. And the last part of most composition is somebody that can slam the enemy on an AOE basis is one of the comps. Another comp would be single target nukers. I can do that in another video if you want it. Drop me a note below if you'd like to see that. So let's start with rares and work our way through to legendaries. And for me, the rares pretty much involve all the starter champs. Yeah, so I recently did a video on Aethel, but we've also got Elhain. Elhain can be your arena nuker, no problem. All of the starter champs have got great multipliers on their AoE abilities. Elhain's got a great double hitter here. Attacks all enemies 2 times. Even possible to take Rotus out with this sort of move. She's actually very good in the arena. It's probably one of her best spots if you leveled her up and you got her sitting around. You can boost her crit rate up, boost her crit damage up, and she will nuke down a whole team. Similar to that, we have got ourselves, that's the same faction. Aethel, as I just said, I did a video on her a little while ago. She's got this A2, so she can buff herself, increase attack on her A3. You then go straight into her A2, and again, it got a 15% extra chance of landing a crit here, so you can push her crit rate just to 85%, and then enables you to put more damage into her crit damage. But again, she can hit for 70k plus. I'll show a couple of examples at the end of this video of some of these nukers going off. She'll be one of them. We've also got ourselves Kale. Kale falls into that same bracket in the rare camp. He's got an AoE on his A2. This one has also got an extra 15% chance to crit. If you're building him just as an arena nuker, get his crit up to 85% and watch everybody sit down with this ability. Really important if you're going to play one of these type of champs that you get decreased defense out there before they do their nuke. It will absolutely push their ability to clear out a whole wave. And the last one then in that same camp of starter heroes is Gaelic. All 4 of these do the same. This one's got an attacks all enemies. Again, an extra 15% chance of placing a crit. Actually didn't realise they all had that until I started looking into this because I've not played with Gaelic really much. But yeah, all of them can take down all of the enemies with a single target nuke with the right setup. So those 4 are a given. We've then got the other rare which is coming out for me. He is a void. It's Bellower. Bellower is very capable of clearing a whole wave by himself. A whole team by himself. His A3 hits really hard. His A2 also hits hard. His A1's got a bit of utility on it as well. So Bellower in your arena team can absolutely clear waves, clear teams up until kind of gold 4 area, and then you might need to start to upgrade. So let's talk about the upgrades then. Let's go into some epics. Now, a definite epic which should sit on this list is Seer. Seer is an absolute arena nuker with the right setup. She needs buffs to eat. She needs the enemy to have decreased defense on them, and she will clear the whole team no problem. She hits really, really hard. Very different from the other ones we're talking about here because her mechanics are different. But as long as you load your team up with buffs, she eats those buffs for breakfast. She'll eat any of the enemy buffs as well, as long as you got your accuracy up. And she will clean the enemy team out. Really good champion. Definitely honorable mention in the arena nukes. So let's get into the more kind of typical style arena nuke champs. We have got ourselves Talia. Talia is a fantastic arena nuke champion. So again, she's got self-buffing here on her A2. So she places increased attack and increased crit rate on herself, then attacks all enemies. So what that means is you can place, you can build her with just 70% crit rate, which means you can push her damage up. Do have a guide out on her. I'll ping it up above because she hits really hard. Very fun champ for the arena, and she will clean out the whole enemy team, no problem, just with this one move. She does have other kit, which is kind of useful. Really, she's all about this A2 for a setup. Set her up, let her go. She will clean everybody out. Next one on the list then is probably going to be a little bit of a probably one that people might not have expected. Umbral Enchantress. She can AoE clean out a whole team with 2 different abilities. She can do it with both. She hits so freaking hard, it's unreal. She has got brilliant multipliers. She's also defense based, which means that she can take a hit as well. I'll show a version of her hitting at the end of this video. So she's got an A2 which throws out block buffs. The block buffs is actually a brilliant ability as well for the arena. And then she's got an A3 which is AoE, 80% chance of placing provoke at the same time if she doesn't kill him. But trust me, if you build her right, she will kill him. High defense, high crit rate, high crit damage. And she absolutely slams enemies. I've done a ton of videos on her in the past. Really fun champion. Next one then, probably a bit more commonplace, but definitely deserves her spot in this list. In fact, both sisters probably deserve a spot. Tenacia and Skullcrown, but Skullcrown wins the fight here. She is a nuke machine. She's got an A1 which hits twice, which is pretty cool, but in terms of her arena nuke, it's all about this A2. Until you get to sort of super end game when she goes A1 into somebody else. But for you using her as a kind of standard arena nuke, her A2 will one-shot an entire enemy team with no trouble at all, as long as she's got the right setup. She's also got this unkillable passive, which means that if for some reason she doesn't kill everyone, she's probably going to get another chance, and then she'll kill them all on the second turn. So really strong champ. Again, push her attack up, push her crit rate up, push her crit damage up, and just watch her sit everybody down. She's insane. I think that is going to be it for my epics. There could be an honourable mention, I guess, for Zargala. Zargala hits really hard. She's got a triple hit on her A3, so she can be a Rotus killer. It also drops defense, but she's not in the same camp as the other ones I've spoken about here. She hits hard, but not like 80k hard like the rest of these guys. So she might be hitting for 50, 60, whereas the others are hitting for 80 plus. So still good champ, but doesn't quite make the cut in terms of what I'm looking for here. Let's get into some of the legendaries then. So first one up, not there. Where are you? Yeah, of course he is. Yeah, Biggin. Biggin is an absolute nuke machine. He hits so freaking hard. He's got attacks all enemies here. All of these AoE champs we're talking about. He's got a chance to stun on this, and it hits hard. He's got another AoE here, hits 2 times, drops turn meter at the same time. It hits really hard, and then he's got another AoE on his A1. He is literally born to do this job. Put him out there. He will clean all of your enemies away. No problem at all. Really high base speed as well. High base attack. And even if he doesn't clean them away on the first go, he's probably going to stun them or drop their turn meter to enable someone else to. So really cool champion for this. Let's go to the next one then. We've got ourselves Dark Elf Ray. Ray can be built to... She's got one of the highest multipliers in the game. Array 3 not only freezes, it also slams the enemies down. She is super strong. She can one-shot waves easily if you build her in that way. Or you can build her as the kind of debuffer and and basically freeze people at the same time as hitting them really hard. In the same camp, we have got Foley. Foley, one of my favourite champs now. Didn't used to be. Used to live in my vault. Now he's mental. He's got this A3 which hits all enemies, and they can't revive, which is kind of different. Is that the first one, I think? First one I've spoken about today, which has got a block revive on it. So in the current meta with a lot of champions that can pick people up, she is brilliant. He is brilliant, sorry. And yeah, I mean, there's kind of nothing bad about this. Decreases their turn meters by 15% as well. They can't be revived. The second person that he hits gets a second hit. So if you're up against a Rotus, he can take out a Rotus. He's also got a leech on his A2. He's got a passive, which means he can't be stun Frozen, Slept. So it basically gains turn meter every time that goes off. It can only happen once every 3 turns if you book him out, but still, he is an absolute beast. Honourable mention for Foley as my favourite. If we go up the turn, then who else we got? We've got 2 more to talk about. I've got one of these going to come in for me as kind of second place. If there weren't so many revive champs, he would be higher up my list, but there are, which is why Foley kind of creeps up a bit higher. But Ethos is a nuke machine. He's got an A3 which slams, always hits with a crit. You could push him up to, you could literally leave him at 15% crit rate, throw his crit damage up to a silly amount, and he will always crit with this ability. Very, very cool. But with Rotors coming into the mix, it kind of nullifies this a bit because Rotors would cut in if you use this ability, which means you pretty much have to build crit into him and then use this one if you're fighting Rotors. If you're not, just build crit damage and he will slam people for crazy numbers. We've got a triple hit on his A2, which is an AOE as well, so 2 AOE hits. He's one of the hardest hitters in the game. Now, my number one then. My number one, somebody I don't have, but I would love to get her, Trunda. Trunda at the moment, I'll show you the arena in a second. She's queen of the arena meta. Anyone who's got her pretty much is using her as their arena nuker. She's got an ability on her A3 which attacks all enemies once. She's got a chance to place a stun. If she doesn't place a stun, she hits again. Now for arena, you actually don't want her to land the stun. You want to take her accuracy well out of her build. Don't play your stun. Hit twice, and you'll hit twice really, really hard. If you don't manage to hit twice because of the stun, I'll tell you what, they're stunned anyway and they can't move. So nothing bad about that. She's also got an AoE on her A2. She attacks, it's kind of like a bit of a different mechanic. Attacks one enemy, then attacks all other enemies with a second hit, dealing 60% of the first hit's damage. Trust me, this hit still hits really hard on those second hits. So you just got to build her with high attack, high crit damage, same as the rest of these guys, and she will slam people into the ground. I'm going to show you a couple that I've got built. I am high-end arena, but this is what it's all about, getting into the arena and slamming some people down. So let's see if we can't do that with a few of the people that I've got here. So the setup needs to be something like this. Somebody that's going to make sure your nuker gets a turn. Somebody that's going to drop the defense of the enemy. Yeah, so this could be War Maiden, this could be any sort of crowd control champ. I've got to watch out for Foley here because Foley can cut in. But the idea is you enable your nuker to do their job. So you see these are not as quick as me. Speed up. I can drop all of their turn meter with my Nephril. Drop their defense here. She's actually just done a counter attack there rather than a main hit because they cut in. This is a main hit. 103k. 103k. So the counter attack basically wiped them out. But yeah, 103k there for her nuke. Let's get Ethos in the mix. Ethos wants to join the party. Again, providing we get him a go. Hopefully we get a turn here. No, I've got my Nephril too slow right now. See if we can do it with this one. A Nephril shouldn't be cut in on, but I've slowed him down to improve some of my other champs. So I need to fix that. Anyway, drop their turn meter. She's just counter-attacked us there. We're going to bring up the drop defense. In comes the Ethos. There's no reason to use the A2 here. We're going to straight for the A3 and bang, basically 80k across the board. Crazy, crazy damage. Let's go with another one. Make sure I can actually find people I can beat. Let's try this one. So let's bring in somebody else. Who else did we talk about here? I've got built. Umbral. Umbral might be an interesting one. I don't have a built in the same sort of crazy fashion that I've got these others built, but you'll still get an idea. Show you quickly what her build is. So she's built Fairly high defense, 100% crit rate, 170 crit damage. It's not that high. Not that high. Let's see what she can do with this. Speed us up. Drop the turn meter. Same old stuff. Drop their defense. Now, an ideal person would be someone that increases our defense instead of increases our attack. My Arbiter increases our attack, which is not perfect for Umbral. But you'll see here, so I can get Provoke on all of these guys, plus a Slam. Look at the Slam. 27, 28k across the board, plus everybody's got to do A1s into her. If... Oh, Rotus is just a dumb champ. But, come out of there. But if you built her to go with an increased defense, she can easily ramp that up to 50ks. Let's show another couple. So let's show my Aethel, who I built recently. Aethel, starter champion. This is what she can do. Same setup. I don't know if we're fast enough. Seems to like to go here. Hopefully we get a turn off. Here we go. So she's got her own increased attack, but we've got one on anyway. Decreased defense across the board. Rotus will cut in, but look at the damage there. 50 odd Ks across the board. Rotus, though, is a problem for any of these type of champs, which have just got a single hit. That's how he's kind of come in and ruined the meta. But let's do one more then, which is my standard team now, which would be Foley. Foley's the person that I actually run in most of my comps. And you'll see, actually, most of these... I'll be in trouble here. Most of these do a similar level of damage. It's not like one of these is hitting way harder than the others, but I think what's good about Foley is he will sit people down and they stay sat down, which in the current meta is really effective because right now all they've got left are 2 revived champs. 2 people that are a threat to me are dead, and that's why Foley is my favourite at the moment. But basically at this stage you're just kind of cycling back to your abilities. Foley actually hits really hard with his A1 and A2 as well. Look at that. See you later. And that is going to be that. So guys, that is my top arena nukers. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want me to do single target nukers as well, drop me a note below and we'll get it done. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you soon.